Yes, welcome back to the King's Court. It's your guy Mardi.
APL.
In the building. No Lord Soggy today.
Unfortunately.
He's on a bit of a hiatus, but he will be back.
He's been MIA, people. He's been MIA.
But we're missing his insights, his banter, and his wild shouts.
And his hatred for certain athletes.
Certain individuals. But no, he'll be back in the new year. But
hopefully.
I'm glad to be back anyway, because
Same.
I think it's been longer with you. There's a lot of things we need to speak about.
Too many. Way too many.
But I think the first item on the agenda
Yes.
is to talk about UFC 269.
Was that the last card of the year?
There's one more tonight, actually. Tonight.
Well, is that the last main card?
Yeah, you're right. It's the last main card of the year.
Sweet.
The last feature card.
Yeah.
So, wow. 269. Where do you want to start?
Let's start from...
Where do you want to start?
I don't know. I'll let you start. You've got a lot of opinions. You had a lot of predictions first.
Yes.
To begin with.
I did.
Yeah.
Some of my predictions actually were quite correct. And some of them
surprisingly.
And some of them were way off.
Yeah.
Should we just get right into the juicy bit? We'll go from the top of the card.
No worries. Straight to it.
Right, the main event.
Yeah.
The main event was the lightweight title on the line. It was Charles the Bronx Oliveira versus Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Yeah.
You know what? So for me, I've been used to having champions that are unbeatable. Like you'll go into it and you'll know they'll win already. Yeah, and Charles Oliveira he doesn't do it for me like that. And so going in, I was like, well, he almost got knocked out.
That's true.
Dustin's coming off. How many wins did he have? I don't know how many wins Dustin had.
Dustin.
He stacked up quite a fair few wins.
Maybe like 4 or 5 wins.
Yeah, so
after he's lost to Khabib.
I initially thought it's going to be a tough fight. It may go to decision, but Dustin should have enough. Or maybe stop him late.
Yeah.
And then, wow. Wow.
Do you see me now?
I know,
Nah, it was... So for me...
So for transparency, you predicted it right.
I predicted it right.
Yeah,
I think it was on the day of the fight.
Yeah.
I sent a text to the group and I was just like, listen, Oliveira, Dustin's not taking the belt. He's not leaving with a belt tonight.
And what made you what was the last thing that made you say, okay, this is what I'm predicting?
I think it was leading up. It was all week leading up to the fight.
Yeah.
And I was just remembering and looking about Charles's previous wins.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy is serious. People have been sleeping on this guy for time. And looking at Dustin as well, okay, he's had a run of good fights.
Yeah.
You know, he's beaten Max Holloway twice.
Yeah.
You know,
Conor
he's beaten Conor McGregor twice.
Yeah.
But we need to remember the Conor McGregor he's beaten is not the same Conor McGregor. For me, I don't even like lightweight Conor McGregor. Lightweight Conor McGregor he's not the one that's been making waves.
Yeah.
He's won how many? One fight at lightweight?
2, I think.
Was it 2?
Or did he beat? Because he beat his first fight to unify. He beat
Okay,
Alvarez.
Alvarez, yeah.
He beat Alvarez.
He beat Donald Cerrone.
Was that
it
lightweight?
might have been 170.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's definitely not been the same guy as featherweight.
He's
Yeah,
not.
for sure not. No.
And it's a Conor that's not motivated.
Yeah.
You know, it's a Conor that's won all his millions, blah, blah, blah. Even if he says he's motivated himself. I don't think he is. But, and I just don't taking nothing away from Dustin. And I just feel, actually, no, let me say that, because for me, Dustin is not that guy.
Really?
He's not that guy.
Wow.
Even though he beat Gagey, he's not that guy. Oliveira,
as in the number one, like the
number
champion
one.
to
People,
destroy, like seek and destroy. Type.
Exactly. People were saying, Gagey was saying that, actually, the number one, before the fight, the number one fighter in the world is Dustin.
Yeah.
I'm number 2.
Yeah.
I don't know about Charles. I'm like, no. At the moment in time, Charles will clean up that division. I'm telling you now, the only person that's legitimate is Makhachev.
Yeah.
I don't even think Makhachev should be a favourite against Oliveira. I really don't.
On paper, I don't think he is, to be honest. Based on recent form, I don't think he can't be. He can't be.
But the bookies, he's very similar to Khabib and all of this.
Yeah.
But for me, Oliveira, how he just finished.
Yeah.
What's his name? Chandler.
Do you know what I like about him? Yeah, the more like I watched the fight again, and like what Joe Rogan says is true. Like his shot selection is just like you don't notice it in the fight. Like you just don't notice that he's doing like knees to the body and different things he does. You don't notice it, but yeah, man. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't resonate with me. Like maybe it's Brazilian. It doesn't speak English. I don't know. I don't know.
Because there's other Brazilian champions that do resonate with you and do resonate with us. Yeah. But I think just because he's gone unnoticed, but I think he's got one of the longest winning streaks, longest active winning streak at the moment in time, other than what's his name, Usman.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, he's just been finishing guys, like, and he's got so many tools. And as you said, what Joe Rogan said about, he doesn't waste any punches. He picks. He's clean with it. Yeah. Oliveira is that guy. Yeah, and I would have, again, might be a wild shout. I would have loved to seen him and Khabib, because Khabib can take him to the ground. Yeah. But when you're on the ground, Khabib's submission skills that are not as good. It's not as good as Oliveira's.
But the only problem is, like, it would have been a good fight, and no one can say for sure what the outcome would have been. Yeah. But because and I was going to say something, and I just realised it never happened. I was going to say Khabib and Tony Ferguson, but it never happened. But he's like the closest, like, in terms of like skill set and like overall game. Again, Tony wasn't as clean, like straight traditional with it, but
exactly.
He'd probably give Khabib a good go, actually.
That's
now
it.
that I think about it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I think people used to say Oliveira quits, and it was only literally just today when I was yesterday when I was watching some of his old fights, and I did see that. Yeah. Even against Dustin's beaten him already once before. Yeah. I don't know if it was at featherweight or not, but yeah, he seemed like he quit once. Other time he got hit in the mid cage and he went down. But I mean, it's not so much quit. If you get hit there and winded, it's a bit a bit of an issue. But he's not that guy anymore. He doesn't quit. He walks through punches.
Well, this is it, right? There's a meme online. It goes, what was it? I don't know if we can find it and put it up, but it's a meme online of a guy. You know, the guy at the ambulance. He goes, "Call the ambulance, not for me, but for you." Because every time, first round, he gets dropped.
Yeah, every time.
So it's like, call the ambulance for me.
I'll put the meme up on the show.
Yeah, so that's what it reminds me of. Like, every time he gets dropped, I'm like, he's gonna get finished, and he comes back. Yeah. So that testifies some form of mental fortitude, So I don't know, like the quitting stuff. I don't know if that's behind him now. I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you can't get dropped that many times and overcome it and then stop the other guy.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I think it was not Chael. It wasn't Chael Sonnen. It was one of these other guys that have a podcast now. He's a heavyweight, Brendan Schaub. Oh, he's like, this quit never leaves you. Yeah. Once it's nothing you can train. Yeah. He's talking trash. It's cap. Brendan Schaub, you're a legend. I love you. You're talking rubbish because this guy proves it. Yeah. This guy proves it, and he shocked them. He didn't shock the world. He just proved how good he is. No, he proved and he's that number one. Yeah. And Gaethje next. He beats Gaethje for me.
Is that what they're talking about? Gaethje's
That's what they're talking about. Right. Yeah, Dana always says he never like plans a fight straight after the other fight, but he said makes sense.
But I saw McGregor, he called him out and he responded.
McGregor, man. And who responded?
Charles responded.
What did he say?
He said, something about like I'm free next Saturday or something. Talking about this Saturday. That's true. Talking about this Saturday, but then McGregor never responded.
That's easy money. That's easy money for Oliveira. Big money fight. Sure, green panty night, whatever you want. He'd be printing the bills. But yeah, that for me was just a top.
So where does Dustin go from here? Do you think?
Dustin,
he's talking about going up. I don't know whether it was before the fight or whether that was after. I think it was before the fight. Yeah. Saying he sees himself at 170.
I think even after the fight, because the only thing I felt bad about, because he was crying afterwards, sort of thing. He cried like that, I think, when Khabib beat him as well. Like.
But you know what it reminds me of? I hate to go this way, but like in life sometimes, like you can't be the number one. Like there's people who are made to be number two, and I see that now. I see what you mean. It's like
true. Kamaru said that about Colby.
Yeah,
he said if I wasn't alive, you would be number one. But sometimes there's somebody born that is just better than you.
Yeah. And that's for facts. Dustin, that's facts. Yeah.
But he should go. He can go up. But
and who and do what?
he ain't getting a sniff of that title when Usman's there.
No, we're not even Usman. Like Kobe beats him.
Kobe wipes the floor. There's beef.
Leon beats him as well.
Leon beats him.
Yeah, there's too many up there that beat him.
Have you heard Kobe? Kobe's being active on some of these interviews. He's been like literally dragging his name, Dustin's name through dirt because they used to train.
Okay.
What he used to call him? Darren Saurier. That's Louisiana swamp trash. Kobe's mad rude, but he's entertaining.
He's entertaining and he's solid.
And he's solid. But Kobe was saying that basically in the gym, Dustin used to complain a lot.
Right.
Dustin didn't want to fight him at all. Again, you have to take what Kobe said with a pinch of salt.
It's marketing, isn't it? Yeah, it's self-promotion.
Exactly. And he was saying he would welcome a fight, if he comes up or if Kobe comes down.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kobe beats him.
Yeah, he doesn't. I think where he goes from here is just he's got to regroup again. Again, as you say, unfortunately for him, he's in an era where there's people that are better than him. Yeah. So maybe he can fight. Why doesn't no one want to fight Hamzat? Why can't he fight Hamzat Chimaev?
People don't want death wish. People don't want death wish.
The guy's calling out everybody. Well, I guess no. What ranking is Dustin at now? Do we know?
Dustin. I'm not too sure after that. Have a look.
Because it's a long day for him. It's a long day for him now.
He was number one. Yeah, we'll put it on. We'll put it on the screen.
But I'm just trying to think off the top of my head in terms of people who he could probably get in the cage with now. Because he's probably usually UFC makes have like 2-3 more fights before he can even get back in the picture.
Exactly.
Do you think the McGregor trilogy's there?
McGregor trilogy's there. McGregor trilogy is there because maybe for him it's not exciting, but for McGregor, you've got to redeem yourself.
Yeah, of course.
That's embarrassing.
Of course, yeah.
For him, it should be embarrassing, McGregor, because he's this big champion, double 2-time, and he should redeem
So
himself.
the trilogy's there.
Trilogy's there, yeah.
Oh, we've got it up now. So
Dustin's dropped, so he's number 2, lightweight.
Dariush is an interesting one.
It's
a stacked division. He's got loads to go at, but to get back in the title picture, I don't think so. And I think Oliveira hit from here on in, the world's his oyster, really.
Exactly.
He can choose what he wants.
Exactly.
To be honest, yeah.
He can do. And for me, if he doesn't want... Actually, Gage is number 1. Gage is ranked number 1.
Yeah.
Okay,
which is fair enough. Yeah. It's fair enough, yeah.
That's true.
Which is fair enough.
But Gage, I think Oliveira beats him.
Yeah.
Poirier, obviously, we've just seen that. Dariush... Poirier Dariush, maybe, but that'll be a good fight, actually. That would be a good fight. I think Oliveira beats Dariush. Makhachev, it's going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
It's going to happen at some point. Makhachev, Poirier.
Makhachev beats him.
Yeah.
Purely because of the history, the background. Khabib's already fought him. They already have a strategy.
He doesn't beat anybody on the ground. I'm sorry. Chandler.
We've seen that. Well, no, we haven't. We haven't.
That'll be an interesting one.
I think they both need one more fight, and then they can fight each other. That'll probably be the way forward. But yeah, man, it was a solid fight, solid fight.
Yeah,
solid fight. It was high pace as well. It's high pace, yeah. That's high levels of fighting.
It's true. To be honest, I would have loved to see that for 5 rounds.
Yeah, it was high pace.
Oliveira probably could have kept him going for 5 rounds.
He looks comfy. He looks comfortable at that pace. Yeah, he looks comfortable.
He's smooth with it.
It looks
comfortable. Bronx.
Yeah, he's comfortable at that pace, man. He looks comfortable at that pace. I'm happy for the guy, man. I'm happy for him. Yeah.
Same.
Happy for him.
That's it. Right, next. Let's talk about the co-main.
Oh dear.
Let's talk about the co-main.
Oh dear.
Okay, first question.
Yeah.
Was it the biggest upset in UFC history?
No, not for me.
Not for you?
No, not for me. Not for me. Purely because...
Okay.
You know why? Because I was listening to... I heard Julianna talk about it for a long time.
Yeah.
I heard one of her interviews. I think she was on Ariel one time, like 2 years ago or something. And then she went on with Chael Sonnen and Chael on his podcast was talking about how she was messaging him like every day saying Amanda doesn't want to fight me, Amanda doesn't want to fight me. And I was like, who is this girl? Like she's just talking rubbish just for the sake of it. But then I heard her interview on Ariel's show.
Yeah.
And she was being really conscious about what was in front of her. Because you know how people are delusional. Like McGregor at this point is delusional about like who he wants to fight and he can beat everyone, whatever. Yeah. But she was really strategic about it. She's like, I know where Amanda's strong, I know where she's weak and stuff. Yeah. And of course she had the bravado in there, whatever. I was like, there's something here, you know, like this is more than self-belief. This is somebody she's got a game plan together for this person. But at the same time, Amanda was just wiping the floor with everyone. Like knocking out Cyborg, she was killing everyone.
Exactly. Home, Rousey,
everyone. So and then there was this girl in the dark, just grinding away. And then when it came, leading to the week, I just got a sense that Amanda was just like, for her, it was almost like a foregone conclusion type of thing. Yeah. Like she's gonna come in, like punch her once, she'll be knocked out.
Cashing time sheet,
Deontay Wilder.
It's true.
Yeah, and it was going to be done. So then I was like, no, this is something here.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that, what shocked me actually was how the way it ended.
Yeah.
Because it was like, she didn't do nothing.
She gave up.
You know, like she didn't do nothing. Like
that she didn't have her hooks in. Yeah, she didn't have her hooks in. She like her leg hooks in. She was grabbing around the neck and then. There's no fight against like.
It wasn't a shock. It was not the biggest shock for me. The Holmes one is still the biggest shock.
Home Rousey.
Yeah, that's still the biggest one. Yeah. For me, anyway.
Okay. I see what you mean because at that time there was no woman.
I remember that night. The world. It's like the world's. I don't know whether even things said it like. Not the commentator. What's his name? John Anik. Yeah. He said that the world spun. It actually did. Like it was like.
What?
Ronda's not. She can't be losing.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, for me, that was the biggest one still.
Okay, but after I saw it, I was thinking, yeah, for me it was.
Okay.
And I was thinking the only thing that could possibly compete was between Matt Serra and GSP.
Yeah.
But actually, when you think about it, the difference in class, there was a big difference, but it was unknown the difference because Matt Serra had just come off the Ultimate Fighter, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But this is actually, it's known. So, but now you say that actually, the Rousey home.
Again, it wasn't the big. For me, it wasn't the biggest shock purely because I looked into Julianna a bit. Right. Like I tried to understand who she was. It wasn't like a new challenger that they brought out from another promotion and she came in. No, like I understood her a bit. She had a bit of challenges. But Holly Holmes was an unknown for me.
Yeah.
When she beat Ronda, it's like she was just this boxer lady that was coming in and a head kick as well. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Span her head.
Yeah, that one was a shock for me. But again, because the way Ronda lost, it was a knockout.
Yeah.
It wasn't as if she just gave up and she was like, oh, this is long.
It was clean.
Yeah, it was a clean knockout.
Disconnecting.
She spoke about how all the teeth moved out of place and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, she couldn't eat and stuff for weeks.
The preacher's daughter, you know.
I'm telling you. So yeah, for me that was still the biggest upset. But then the performance in itself, what did you make of it?
Wow, the performance by Pena, it's not flawless, but she had a game plan and she stuck to that game plan. Even though there was doubts when she got to the corner after the first round, she was like, oh, she's doing this, she's doing that, and her coach was like, no, listen, that's fine, this is what we want. And then she came out and did it. The first round was Amanda's round. You know, I think the first like.
Yeah, she was
30
tagging
seconds,
the leg.
Boom! She's down on the floor. I was like, oh, it's going to be a long night. And then the first thing that it switched in my head, I was thinking, actually, is when Amanda took Julianna down and she got back up. Yeah. And then she took her down again. And then Julianna was holding onto the arm. Yeah. She was like sort of like a Kimura type hold. And I think Nunes couldn't get out of it. And so it was a bit...
Yeah.
And then the second round... My word. What big gonads, big balls that Julie has. I'm sorry. She was standing in the pocket and she was going toe to toe.
They were trading, yeah. Fully, yeah.
And one thing, because I know my history about Julianna as well, because I follow watching from the Ultimate Fighter when it was Ronda versus Miesha Tate. She was in Miesha Tate's group. She was the underdog there. She won it.
Yeah.
And then she's not had a great record. Smooth sailing, no. And actually, in a normal sort of division with that record, you wouldn't get a title shot. But it's because Amanda's been clearing the division. That's why she got a title shot.
And she's been calling actively. She's the only one that was actively calling for it.
That's true. So, but for me, like you can plan and you can be aggressive. You can know it. But if somebody's punching power has the moment
far exceeds
and can switch your lights off.
Yeah.
I was surprised that she stood there and she was just going in. But Amanda, she touched a little bit. But
it was... for me, it struck when she first connected fully and Julianna was still there. I was like, oh yeah, this is this. Because remember when the first punch she gave Cyborg was completely out of it. Like against the cage, like she whacked Cyborg. I was like, whoa! So yeah, when I saw that, I was like, okay, this is different now.
Yeah.
And then when we talk about the takedown, she took it down and went back up, and then so that was just signs. I was like, oh, this is not gonna go the way everyone thinks it's gonna go.
Yeah.
And then Amanda just seemed to like, it seemed like she didn't prepare properly, to be honest.
Yeah. Yes. 100%.
I think the preparation was a problem, and that's why I think the rematch Amanda wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, I think the rematch, it will be a different story.
Yeah.
And again, Julianna I was watching some of her stuff that she was saying that I think when the fight initially got booked, when it got cancelled the first time, we were talking about it on one of our previous podcasts. She maybe like heard from a person in Amanda's camp at ATT or something that Amanda's not training. Yeah. Like, she's like, what? Amanda's not training? And then the next day, they posted something on Instagram saying, oh, Amanda's in the gym, Amanda's training, sorry. So she wasn't even preparing for her then. Yeah, so maybe the preparations weren't going, or just weren't happening sort of thing now. But yeah, you're right. Julie was preparing for her. She's been calling her for days. Yeah, she said that Amanda is dodging me. She's dodging me. The last fight against Megan Anderson, Nunes was in the stands. Yeah. Just like, I'm here. Like, what's going on? She probably was dodging her. But Julianna Pena.
Well done, man. Wow. That was a performance. It was a performance to behold.
Indeed.
It was a performance to behold. So I think, for me, like I just alluded on, I think if it comes to the rematch, Amanda beats her purely because Amanda's the better overall fighter. Yeah, I think she has the more. She has the more tools to be able to beat, and also there's a thing as well about becoming a champion is, you can grind and get to the title, but keeping it is harder than everything you've just done before.
Exactly.
Because now, just like you were planning for someone years ago, someone's planning for you as well now.
That's it.
So
that's it.
And I don't know. I'm not sure whether she has that. It may be a Holly Holm situation. Yeah. Where she shocks the world and then maybe wins one more, but then loses it later on. Yeah, because I don't know. I don't know how old she is actually, but
who, Julie?
Yeah,
Julie. I think she's maybe like 33, something like that. She's not.
Okay.
She's not. She's not old.
She's not that old. Yeah.
But I think if you look at the rankings there, so obviously Julianna, she's a champ. Amanda Nunes number 1, Holly Holm number 2, Irene Aldana number 3, Aspinall number 4.
They'll do the rematch, I think.
They'll do the rematch, but even those 2 to 4, that's a tough night for Pena. Styles make fights.
Yeah, for sure.
She was a stud, so
for sure.
I don't want to count her out again, but
no, I'm counting her out. I think.
You count her out.
Yeah. And I'm happy to come back and be wrong, but because I just think like preparing for somebody is different to holding the title. It's different. Like it's just
that drive.
Yeah, but then also there's natural ability that you've got to have as well. Like for example, natural punching power. For example, like she doesn't have it, But on the ground, of course, she's highly skilled. But I just think it's just one of those. She shocked the world. She's in history books now. But then
it's true.
She's not gonna be that dominant, that like
no, not at all. If the fight doesn't happen or Amanda doesn't want bantamweight, then I think the title can just be.
It'll switch hands. For sure. It'll switch hands.
And one thing as well, I think Amanda, she's not fought bantamweight for 2 years.
Ah, okay.
All of her recent defenses have been at featherweight as well. Right. So maybe even though she came in like half a pound clear of the limit. Maybe that weight cut, or maybe possibly. That weight, maybe played into it.
Possibly,
You never know. But
and the way she wasn't even upset.
Yeah, she wasn't.
She's not bothered. That's always a concern as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know where they're both at. But Amanda wasn't concerned about losing. Like she was like, I saw the tweet she put afterwards. She's like, "Oh, I'll be back" and stuff. But
exactly, that's it. I mean, she's still got one strap. Yeah. And it was interesting because who was in the crowd? It was the PFL lady.
What's her name? I forget. She talks as well,
She talks. What's her name now?
I forget her name.
Featherweight PFL.
I forget her name.
Oh my word!
I think you're gonna be putting her name up.
Exactly.
I forget her name. So she was in the crowd that night, was she?
She was in the crowd, yeah, and she's actually unsigned. So I think she can.
Okay, she's a free agent.
She's a free agent sort of thing. I think she can play who she wants to play against. And I think if Amanda would have beaten her like she should have done, that would have been a big fight. Dana would have made a lot of money. So Pena really, she rocked the boat. She rocked the boat. Yeah. But like, I think he was saying to her, what's her name? Kayla Harrison. That's her name. Kayla Harrison. And on Ariel's show, Kayla was on, and I think Pena said something about her, like, oh yeah, you know, she's ready to fight her. Yeah. Kayla's like, you better watch your mouth, sort of thing. She goes, I don't play. I don't play. You know,
she's rude.
Yeah, it's rude, and she doesn't talk the talk just to, you know. I mean, she doesn't talk just like Conor McGregor talks. Like when she talks, she means serious. She means business. Yeah, Kayla Harrison, she's a featherweight. I don't want Julie to be thinking of going up to featherweight. It's a different game.
It gets ugly there.
It gets ugly there, and I think that's where Amanda's actually at her best.
Possibly.
And at the moment in time, there's nobody in the rankings at featherweight. I think
it's a dead division.
It's dead. It's literally dead.
Yeah, they made it for Cyborg, and now she's
and now.
Yeah, man, it was a good fight. I don't think it's the shock of the UFC. Mm-hmm. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe people disagree. Maybe.
So, dudes, let us know. Let us know in the comments. Shout us out. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is Kai Kara France versus Cody No Love Garbrandt.
Well, firstly, did you see Izzy's reaction to this?
Oh yes. That was hilarious. You know what? I want to watch a show with Izzy because it's just banter. It's just him with his boys in New Zealand somewhere,
just eating. And
it's a reasonable time over there.
It looks like midday, like something or early afternoon, something like that.
And they love it.
Yeah,
they love it.
But yeah, no, I think it was. For me, part of me thinks that Cody's like just towards the tail end now. Like, I don't know. I don't want to count him out, but like.
County's gone.
Yeah, but just like that fight shows you know how we spoke about like evolution, different fighters come and you know things evolve. Yeah. Like the striking of Kai France was just a different level.
It's true.
Yeah, it was just different.
It's true.
It was just different. I don't know whether that's city kickboxing or whether that's just the evolution of MMA. I don't know, but yeah, it was different.
City kickboxing, they're producing some killers out of there.
Yeah, different.
Absolute killers. And
different.
For me, I was like Izzy predicted it, and Izzy was saying, "Oh, you're my boy, Kai France," but he's gonna say that to all of his boys. For me, I was thinking, "Yeah, Cody knocks him out."
Yeah,
baptism of fire.
Yeah, it was a clinic. They just like the guys from that gym are just clean with their striking. Like it's just 100%. It's just a different type of striking. Like it's different. And when his shot selection, like I don't know whether they get trained when they hurt somebody to just like let it breathe and like it's just it's a high level of striking there.
It's true.
High level of striking.
And like Cody, like this, he's dropped down. He's lost a few fights at what's it? Not bantamweight. Yeah, bantamweight, and then he dropped down to flyweight, and I think he's done. And it was interesting because his first like 2 years or 3 years of being in the UFC, he was unbeaten. Like he was 10-0, and then since then,
killing it.
He's got like 8-1, 8 losses, 1 win. It's destroyed. And
it's scary.
How he won that belt against Dominic Cruz, and for me, Dominic Cruz, I've said it a lot of times, he's probably one of the reasons why I've got into mixed martial arts. He put on an absolute masterclass, clinic against Dominic Cruz. And that guy's gone. He's either maybe he's still there, but he's just
he doesn't fight that way anymore. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's true.
Like I think now he's just loading up for that overhand right.
Yeah, that's it.
And the game has gone past that now. Yeah, it's gone past that.
Unlucky for Cody, but Kai Kara France, I think, he can look towards the title. He said he's not fighting again until he gets a title shot. And somebody told Dana after, he's like, did he say that? Okay. Like, he dropped a minute there. Yeah. But for me, because obviously you've got the Brandon Moreno, what's his name, the Brazilian guy, Figueiredo fight. Yeah. So that's going to happen next year. But after that,
I think he's deserving of it. I think how many? I don't know. I had a look, but I've completely forgotten in terms of his win streak. But like that division just needs challenges basically, and they need like good challenges. So
exactly,
the more the merrier, really. And he's got a skill set. He's got a skill set to go to the very top. You got to see that, and the personality as well.
Yeah, he's a good guy, humble guy as well. He's
The personality is there. Personality is there.
That was an interesting one. And then the last one on the main card was Raleigh Paiva.
Shane.
This is Sugar O'Malley.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. Like, people said it was supposed to be his biggest test and stuff, but it's like, it's just he's just way past his opponents at this time.
It's very, for me, it's very weird. For me, his biggest test was against the guy that actually beat him. But obviously, we know the leg situation. But and everyone's saying, why don't you push him as much as you push other fighters? And Dana's saying, oh well, he's not Makhachev. No, with other guys, you push them hard.
In the deep end,
in the deep end. Yeah. Remember that? There was a guy called Sage Northcutt.
Yes.
He was like meant to be this Netflix action video. They pushed Sage. They pushed him. And he got demolished. I think they're protecting him big time.
From what though? Like, I don't get it.
From having maybe a freak loss, because he can be the next. Maybe the numbers that he does, big numbers, and I think they're saying he can maybe be the next like Conor. He's got the personality, he's got the style, he finishes people, and he brings in people. He's exciting. I think he could be another Conor sort of thing, you know.
But the problem is, like, the UFC doesn't need another Conor. They just need like another superstar, basically. Because like the whole style of people, you know, doing the whole promotion, ripping things up and throwing things like that was at a point in time in the UFC. I don't think anyone can do that now.
Do you know?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think if they do, people will be drawn to it. I still think so.
The rivalry is always there. There's always room for rivals, and bad blood is always exciting. Like, that's always gonna win. But like, to build somebody up and tell them to just like to be like Conor and do like the promo and be crazy and wild. I just think let people be as they are. Rivalries will come. Like you'll naturally have rivals that meet up. So part of me just says like, why like. Just give him, like, just feed him, like, just give him, like, people.
Feed him more.
Yeah, literally, like, just give him people. Like, now, he's got no reason to not fight, like, in either January may be close, but, like, February or March. There's no reason for him not to fight. But you'll see he probably fights in the summer or something.
Yeah,
and does it make sense? And it kills the momentum. And
he wasn't, okay, maybe I can fight again, like, the first quarter, second quarter. But, for me, he's a guy that should be fighting 3-4 times a year. You know, he doesn't take much damage. Like the first round. Was it the first round that he won? Like, and again, in that, we'll look at the rankings now. In that flyweight, that bantamweight division, who's at the top? Obviously, you've got Aljo.
No, he's not at the top.
Aljo's a champ.
No, Peter Yan is the champ. Let's not be around the bush. No.
Technically, Aljo is a champ.
No.
It says here
the website
Aljo is the champ.
No,
Peter Yan is interim.
That's cap. Peter Yan is the champion of.
We know what happened, but you know,
it's not even nice. Aljo's just, I don't know, man. He's corny now.
He's there at all the fights as well. Like
corny, man. Like what you doing?
Back surgery, wrist surgery. But he's there enjoying living his life.
He's just corny, man. But I guess it's official, but we know who the real champion is.
It's true. And in Shane's Sean's defense, he did say that actually, you know, once you get to a position of fighting those top fighters, you're only ever gonna fight those top fighters. You know, if he's still up there and he's still winning. And actually, I thought the bantamweight division, I was thinking, it used to be dead. Now it's packed full. Top 1 to 10 there, you got Petr Yan, TJ Dillashaw, Jose Aldo, Corey Sandhagen, Rob Font, Marab Devishili. Sorry if I've pronounced your name wrong there. Dominic Cruz, Marlon Vera, Marlon Moraes, Pedro Munoz, Frankie Edgar, Rafael Asuncio, and then Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, it's stacked. Yeah, there's good fighters there.
For me, okay, fair play. If he's getting his money, easy fights, boom.
Fair enough.
Maybe that's a good tactic.
But he needs to be challenged now. Why doesn't he go for like a Frankie Edgar type?
Oh, he beats Frankie Edgar,
He does, for sure.
Frankie Edgar was at the end of his career.
Yeah, that's a name, isn't it? It's a name on his resume. Yeah.
Pedro Munoz. He has actually called out Pedro Munoz before, and Dominic Cruz, but, you know, Dominic Cruz.
Dominic Cruz as well.
You think so?
Yeah, he knocks him out. Yeah.
Knocks him out?
Yeah, for sure. He does, for sure. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time. Actually.
Yeah.
Because Dom surprised me. I thought Dom was gonna get dusted by what's his name? Not Vera. He's there. Pedro Munoz.
Yeah.
Pedro Munoz. But
we're forgetting names a lot today.
I know. It's nearly Christmas. It's been a long year.
Yeah, but no, I think Shane knocks Dominic out.
Yeah. O'Malley. Yeah. Fair dude. Well, it should be a big 2022.
It's a good division, that one.
For a Sugar
show. Yeah, it's a good division, that one.
It's a good division, definitely.
There's a lot to go at.
Well, while we're on Dominic Cruz, Pedro Munoz, we'll talk a bit about that. I think that was in the prelims, but there was one of the fights I was looking forward to, and it was an interesting fight. And it basically, Pedro Munoz, he knocked him down. He knocked him down in the first round, and we thought, okay, it's gonna be finished. Yeah. Made to stable himself, got through. Second round, that was Dom, all Dom. Third round, all Dom, and he was back to his vintage Dominic Cruz, his movement, all that stuff. And he did it, and he's still there. He said he's not here. Like Misha said, he's not here to be taking part. He's here because he wants to be fighting the best. He wants that title. Yeah. And if he's got it in him to make another title run, and if he's at that top level,
it'll be hard.
It'll be hard, but I would advise Sugar Show to maybe just avoid him at this moment in time. Just avoid him.
If you was advising, you'd tell him to just
avoid
that
him.
one.
Yeah, not that one. If he does beat Dominic Cruz, then I'll be like, okay, he's ready for everybody else. Yeah. I still don't think O'Malley's ready yet for everyone else, but
fair enough.
But yeah, Dom and anyway, we'll speak later about some of Dom's antics and some of the things he's been saying later. Yeah. And then the last fight that I think we should talk about is the heavyweight bout, and that was Tuivasa versus Augusto Sakai.
He's just banter.
Did you hear what he came out to? The song? No. He came out to Barbie Girl. I'm a Barbie girl. He came out. This guy, he's so jokes. He is so jokes. And another win.
Another win. But then, he's one of those people. We're watching him. Do we really think he's gonna have any serious title contention?
Well, do you know what? I was thinking he's still fighting these guys that are not even ranked.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So he's really early in his stage. Before I was thinking, no, he's not. Yeah. And I think we've even said, he's not. But actually, if he's still early on in his career, maybe.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
No, I don't think so. Because
he's ranked now, new rank. He's coming at number 11.
You see what I mean? I just don't think so. Because he's funny and you need these type of characters in everything. But he doesn't have the skill set. To win, again, heavyweight is heavyweight, and it's a special case, because we know one punch and all the good stuff. But Francis is fighting Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane's a relatively new guy to the UFC. Yeah. But when you look at him and you look at his overall package, it's a different heavyweight. It's a different heavyweight compared to Ty. And listen, he's funny and all that good stuff, but I just think. He doesn't.
I fully understand what you mean. I agree with what you mean. But I like to enjoy him while he's here.
True.
He's got that enjoyable punch power. He's got that Midas touch that he touches you, bam. He even went for a takedown, and he jokes in his press conference afterwards that I even tried that. He goes, maybe I'm not gonna try that again. And I think even his wrestling coaches in the back laughing, and he's trying to, hey, what are you laughing for? But if you look at that ranking as well,
he's 11th now.
11, yeah.
Look at all those in the top 10.
Tom Aspinall,
who does he beat in that top 10?
Maybe Marcin Tybura,
maybe. Tom Aspinall, I've not watched him fight, so I don't know.
Yeah, Tom Aspinall, he's another UK guy, big guy from the Northwest that's coming out, so
big up Tom.
But he doesn't beat Tom. I don't think.
So look, in that, I don't see who he beats.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously, we got...
Because all those guys can punch as hard as he does.
That's basically. That's very true. And then we've got Derek Lewis versus Chris Dawkins. That's tonight, actually.
Yeah, that's tonight.
Tonight when we post this, but
you see, once he gets in that top 10, he'll be float. He'll win some, lose 3, win another one.
Lose 3, no.
Yeah, because they'll feed him to the wall. Okay, let's say in that one he goes and fights, for example. Maybe they give him to Rosenstruck. No, that's too much. They give him to that Marcin Tibura. Let's say they give it to him. He wins that, and then they'll have to give him someone even higher up, like a Rosenstruck. He'll lose, and then maybe they'll give him a Volkov. He'll lose, and then he'll go and he'll just bounce up and down. I think. Yeah. But big up Ty.
Indeed. And another shoey. Another shoey. We love that shoey. I tell you, we love it. Well, that's
good win for him.
That's it. That's
No, it's a good card, man. How did you rank that out of 10?
One of the best cards I've seen in the last few years.
Really?
Best card of this year, I think. Maybe I've got a short memory.
Yeah, I have to think back.
But it's the best card of this year. There's so much happened. Yeah. The cards were stacked. I was watching DC stuff. To think Leon Edwards versus Masvidal was supposed to be the number 3 fight on that card.
Oh, was it?
That would have been too much.
Wow. Okay.
So.
Yeah. Right. Well, the UFC always do this. Right? They keep the biggest ones to last on.
Yeah.
So,
it's true.
Or the sum or whatever. So.
Yeah. For me, that was a 9 out of 10 card.
9 out of 10.
Easily.
For me, I think it was for the shocks, and maybe an 8.5. Yeah, maybe an 8.5. Yeah, because 9.
Let's get something in his drink.
No, because 9 is 9. You need to see a bit of blood, all that good. But you did. You had some, but
a little bit.
Yeah. So no, it was good. It was a good, solid card. Above solid actually.
Yeah.
Good card. Yeah.
Fair dues. Well, let us know what you think about UFC 269. It's been a good year of fights, and we will review obviously the year of fights as well.